Good day. This is Angeline Bacayo and Precious MG Ibora, and we will be presenting Hilda Taba's curriculum model, Grassroot Approach. Our objectives: analyze the strengths and weaknesses of Taba's model of curriculum, justify the importance of using Taba's model of curriculum in organizing or developing a curriculum, explain the relevance of Taba's model of curriculum in Philippines educational context. Hilda Taba. Hilda Taba was born in a small village of southeastern Estonia. Taba was a student of John Dewey. She wrote a book entitled Curriculum Development, Theory and Practices 1962. Hilda Taba followed the grassroots approach in developing curriculum. She believes in inductive approach to curriculum development. For her, it should be the teacher who should design the curriculum rather than the higher authorities. The grassroots approach, also known as the grassroots approach, based on the rationale that those who teach the curriculum, example, the teacher should participate in developing the curriculum. Teacher should have major input in curriculum development. 7 steps in Taba's model. Number 1, diagnosis of needs. Diagnosis of needs begin by identifying the needs of the students for whom the curriculum is planned. Number 2, formulation of objectives. Specific objectives to be accomplished. Number 3, selection of content. Match content and object. Number 4, organization of content. Organize content and a sequence, taking into account the maturity of the learners, their academic achievements, and their interests. Number 5, selection of learning experiences. Teacher select learning experiences and methods that will involve the student with the content. Number 6, organization of learning experiences. Sequence and organize learning activities. Number 7, evaluation and means of evaluation. Determine how objectives are to be accomplished and what have been accomplished. Strength, learner-centered. In this curriculum, students have opportunities and increased responsibility to identify their own learning needs, to find, choose, and incorporate resources, and to construct their own knowledge based on their needs and interests. According to Taba, there is a need to find the requirements of the learners before designing the curriculum. Teacher-centered. Teachers are the most important factor in curriculum building. A teacher should participate in curriculum from the beginning to end by shifting the responsibility more to teachers rather than administrators. Makes Taba model different and more, the curriculum should be designed by the teacher rather than handed down by higher authority. Taba's inductive. Taba believed that the curriculum should be developed by its real practitioner rather than imposed by superior levels. Instead of creating a macro-level curriculum, Taba advocates a micro-level curriculum in which teachers start with the design of specific learning, teaching units, and move to a broader design. Therefore, Taba model is regarded as one of the inductive curriculum models in contrast with the more common deductive models. Linear models, teaching and development is a step-by-step process. The curriculum is delivered rigorously from start to end. Learners have to complete the task in order to progress. And lastly, Taba consider curriculum as a plan for learning.
Now let's move on with the drawbacks or weaknesses of this model. Teachers not understanding the connection between the content, activities, teaching methods, and evaluation. It often relies on the teacher's ability to create or select materials appropriate to learners' expressed needs. Teachers has a lot of work to do, and it would be really difficult for them. Keeping the resources up to date. The reconstruction of curricula and programs is not a short-term effort, but a long process, lasting for years. Thus, these models seem to be time-consuming and is hard to keep the resources up to date. Difficult for heterogeneous classrooms and may be difficult to use in all subjects. Teachers may also find it difficult to strike an acceptable balance among the needs and interests of students. Another weaknesses. Number 4, other curriculum developers prefer to consider the more global aspects of the curriculum before proceeding to specifics. This requires skill on the part of the teacher as well as time and resources. Given the reality of teachers' professional preparation and working conditions, lack of skills, time and resources makes creating curriculum with this approach difficult, according to Smith et al. 2001. And maintaining training for new teachers on the method as well as support needed for teachers as they must review the plan often. For our conclusion, Taba's model is still used in curriculum planning and designing today. In general, Taba's grassroots approach is very relevant in Philippines' educational context in various reasons. First, it considered the learner's needs, study environment, facilities, and time. It is deliberately planned by teachers and students are at the center of the curriculum. Teachers are curriculum developers. Number 4, it emphasized the need to organize the content and the learning process. And number 5, evaluation of social sensitivity. The main idea to this approach is that the needs of the students are at the forefront to the curriculum. Taba believed that to evolve a theory of curriculum development and a method of thinking about it, one needs to ask what demands and requirements of culture and society both are, both for the present and the future. Curriculum is a way of preparing young people to participate in our culture. In the Philippines, learners are the very reason curriculum is developed. They are placed at the center of the curriculum. Thus, Taba's model is seen as a very useful model and of a great significance in creating or developing a curriculum in Philippines educational context. Moreover, the teachers are expected to be curriculum developers and implementers. Teachers' role is to plan and write the curriculum. He or she is expected to write a curriculum daily through a lesson plan, a unit plan, or a yearly plan. A teacher is a curriculum maker. They design, enrich, and modify the curriculum to suit the learner's characteristics. Hilda Taba in the first place strongly believed that teachers who teach or implement the curriculum should participate in developing it. The involvement of the teachers and the students in the decision-making and curriculum development process creates positive outcomes and facilitates a better learning environment. Before I end, I would like to leave this message to everyone. Teachers should not just be mere implementers, but they should also be developers. Here's our references. Thank you so much, and God bless.